This is part 3 of Yahweh ben Yahweh, an Ensign for the Nations by the Honorable Yudhe Wavhe, Beit Nun Sophie Yudhe Wavhe, Yahweh ben Yahweh.
Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 16, verses 1 through 8. Deuteronomy chapter 16, verses 1 through 8. Read.
Observe the month of Abib, and keep the Passover unto the Lord Yahweh thy God. For in the month of Abib, the Lord Yahweh thy God brought thee forth out of Egypt by night. Thou shalt therefore sacrifice the Passover unto the Lord Yahweh thy God of the flock and the herd in the place which the Lord Yahweh shall choose to place his name there. Thou shalt eat no leavened bread with it. 7 days shalt thou eat unleavened bread therewith, even the bread of affliction. For thou camest forth out of the land of Egypt in haste.
You're going to come out of America in haste too. You think you're going to stay tied up in here, but you're not. They're doing, really right now, they're doing everything in the world to kill you out of here. They're killing 2 million of your babies every year with your help. You helping them do it. Call it. You murder your babies. They murder 2 million of your babies every year. They call it abortion. The government of America are murderers. The whole government is a bunch of murderers. Open murderers. And no murderer can inherit the kingdom of Yahweh. So there's no way that the rulers of America are going to heaven, murdering 2 million of our babies every year, calling it abortion. And that's how many little babies that's been conceived are taken out of the womb in the first trimester or before they can walk around. Those that don't catch that way, they've just about cut the tubes on every black woman in America under the age of 40. Any black woman 18 years old and under 40 has just about had their life cut out, their life cut off. Suppose your mother had cut you off, cut her tubes off before you got it. How would you like that? If Yahweh wants your mother to have 15, I can bet you that the 15th child will be grateful that you don't cut him off. And who's to say what contribution your baby would be that you cut off? You cut off a savior, you cut off a doctor, you cut off a lawyer, you cut off a great teacher, you cut off a scientist. Who are you to cut off what Yahweh has decreed and given you to do? Who are you to play like God over life and death? Who are you to do such a damnable thing as to cut off the progeny that Yahweh has created, when Yahweh said, be fruitful and multiply, and you have nerve to join your enemy, the enemy of God, to cut off the life. I hope you feel guilty, because I'm here to help you feel guilty. How dare you? Now, if you did it before you knew me, You can say, I was in my dead state, Yahweh ben Yahweh. If I had been in my life state, knowing you, I would have done it, Yahweh ben Yahweh. Right, well, then you need a lot of forgiveness. And you need to atone, don't you? I'll leave it up to you whether you correct it or not. Who talked you out of it? Who talked you out of having children for me? They're having babies. Your enemy that cut your tubes are busy having all the babies they can in tubes, in dishes, with fertilizing pills. They're having babies like rats. In all the white nations on the earth, they pay white women to have babies. They pay them money. They don't have to work, just have babies. They even have babies with other women, call them surrogate mothers. Artificial insemination. They have men jacking off all over the earth, sticking it in every woman they can find. While you let him trick you into cutting your children and your future off. If vote is the way, if voting is the answer, then how could Jesse Jackson sit up and proclaim the right for abortion? How could he say it's all right for gay rights? I've never seen two men lay down and have a baby. If you believe vote is right, then you should have all the babies you can have and teach him one word: vote, baby, vote. The devil told you you can't afford to have more children. I'm here to tell you you can't afford not to have any. I teach all my children, all my disciples, you have all the babies you can until we subdue the earth. Just like the ant. You get too many babies in one house, just get another house. Keep on having babies. House next door got your babies in it. Put a fence around two houses. It won't kill you. After you have a few babies, they just come anyway. I mean, it don't even hurt no more. And he's here. How long that take? About 15 minutes. Come out playing piano, blowing trumpets. Baby come out dancing. Baby come out reading books. Baby come out going into business. Baby come out teaching. Huh? What do you mean you have enough? I don't. When you get enough, your eggs run out. I cause them to run out. That's when you got enough. That's when I say to you, that's enough now. You can't have all the babies now. That's enough. You have to love me. I just tell you like it is. Don't let nobody kill off your future. Have babies. How many know we need to come out of America? How many understand what I'm talking about when I say come out of America? You understand what I'm talking about? Give up these murderous ways. Stop murdering off your future, killing off your future. You got to remember this day. In Deuteronomy 16, verse 3, remember this day, all the days of your life. Verse 4, read.
And there shall be no leavened bread seen with thee in all thy coasts 7 days. Neither shall there anything of the flesh, which thou sacrificest the first day at even, remain all night until the morning. Thou mayest not sacrifice the Passover within any of thy gates, which the Lord Yahweh thy God giveth thee. But at the place which the Lord Yahweh thy God shall choose to place his name in.
How important the name is. You know this is not Jesus. It must be where Yahweh chooses to place his name. Yahweh has the power to choose wherever he wants to place his name. Wherever. Read on.
There thou shalt sacrifice the Passover at even, at the going down of the sun, at the season that thou camest forth out of Egypt. And thou shalt roast and eat it in the place which the Lord Yahweh thy God shall choose. And thou shalt turn in the morning and go unto thy tents. 6 days thou shalt eat unleavened bread, and on the 7th day shall be a solemn assembly to the Lord Yahweh thy God. Thou shalt do no work therein.
Keep reading.
7 weeks shalt thou number unto thee. Begin to number the 7 weeks from such time as thou beginnest to put the sickle to the corn. And thou shalt keep the feast of weeks unto the Lord Yahweh thy God, with a tribute of a freewill offering of thine hand, which thou shalt give unto the Lord Yahweh thy God, according as the Lord Yahweh thy God hath blessed thee.
How does Yahweh bless you?
With no sorrow, make you
To
rich.
become what?
Rich, without any sorrow.
And add what to it?
No sorrow.
No sorrow with it. The blessings of the Lord Yahweh make it
Rich.
Okay, read on.
And thou shalt rejoice before the Lord Yahweh thy God.
At the Feast of Tabernacles, this is a happy occasion, a joyful occasion. We didn't come here for a funeral. This is not one of those moan and groan times. We come to have rejoicing. How many have come to rejoice? Rejoice with me.
Yes, sir.
You have a lot to rejoice in me and rejoice because of me. I'm here. You have a great blessing. I'm here. I'm the feast. I am the feast. Now we've had the Feast of Weeks. Had a good time.
Yes, sir.
Verse 11, beginning again, read.
And thou shalt rejoice before the Lord Yahweh thy God, thou and thy son, and thy daughter, and thy manservant, and thy maidservant.
But look how you're supposed to be blessed. Bring your whole household. You're supposed to have so much money that you can bring your maid. If you don't have a maid, then see, you missing something. You have to watch that curse, boy. Curse keep you from having a maid. You're supposed to have maid servants, men servants, be able to bring your daughters and your sons, your whole household, huh? I mean, just bring a bunch of folks. Have your own little caravan running down the highway. Coming to see the king. How many would like to be able to do that? Well, if you obey my will, you'll be able to do that. One thing I love about the laws of Yahweh, see, they tell you how to live. I love Yahweh because he tells me exactly how to live. I don't have to wonder how to conduct my life. See, if I just keep his laws, statutes, judgments, and commandments, obey his will, he'll raise me high above all nations on the earth. He'll give me maid servants, man servants. He'll give me blessings and riches. I won't have to be sorry. He'll make my enemies be still, hold their peace with me. He will cause them to prosper, be successful in all that I do. He'll make me ruler, entrepreneur. He'll give me economic power, social power, political power, educational power, every kind of power. Just give me power. Give me eternal life. I can live forever. Live in heaven, never in hell. Don't have to go through plague. My goodness. No sickness, no sorrow, no tears, no pain, no more death. What a father Yahweh is. And all he wants from us is obedience. You have to be rich to come see Yahweh 3 times a year. You have to be independent too. It's hard to come see Yahweh 3 times a year dependent. But when you're a sovereign, you can come see Yahweh whenever he wants to see. Anytime I say, come see me, you don't have to worry about it. You got plenty of money. You just say, how you want me to come? You want me to catch a plane? Want me to catch a train? What you want to have my chauffeur? Want me to be chauffeur driven? What is it? I'm here to give you an abundant life, just like that. Becoming rich is no big thing. It's just that most people have been brainwashed in America to want to get rich their way without getting rich according to the plan of our Creator. Yahweh can make us rich, bless us to be rich with no sorrow. How many don't want to be rich? It's just a pain, right? One brother. How many think money is evil? You know money is evil. Nobody believes money is evil? What makes money evil?
The love of money. 1 Timothy 6:10, the love of money.
The money is neutral. You can't make gold evil. Gold remains gold. It is your love for gold that is evil. It is your loving money that is evil. But it's the love for money that's the root of all evil. But the money is not evil. I have plenty of gold and silver. I'm not evil. It's not evil. I watch it. It don't seem to get evil. It stays neutral. Understand the mystery?
Yes, sir.
Every time I pick it up, it's just the same. There's nothing evil about it. Praise Yahweh. We're going to have a lot of fun with that one. Go get you a stranger and bring to the feast. Go find a fatherless child. Go get a widow, brother. Go look for a widow out there and bring them to the feast. Passover, when Passover comes, bring a widow. What? Yahweh ben Yahweh. You say bring a widow? Going out, don't you stand to me, wife. Yahweh ben Yahweh told me to get a widow, get a stranger, and she'd be fussing at me. Told me to get a fatherless daughter. How about a fatherless son? Yeah, Yahweh ben Yahweh told me to go get some maid servants. I'm going to get me about 10 maid servants. What about the men servants, brother? You're supposed to help somebody who can't get here to come so they can rejoice and not come empty. That's in verse 11. Verse 12 says you must remember that you were a bondman. You were held in bondage in Egypt, just like you've been held in America. And you must observe and do the statutes of Yahweh all the days of your life. Read verse 13.
Thou shalt observe the Feast of Tabernacles 7 days. After that, thou hast gathered in thy corn and thy wine.
Now, we can rejoice, but I don't know where your corn and wine is without land. Does that pass over somebody? Am I talking against corn and wine? No, I'm talking about the fact that you don't own any land. It's difficult to be a sovereign people without land. We need some land. Do we have to ask Yahweh for some? No, he's already given us some. How much earth has us? The entire. I am Yahweh's son, so I'm the heir of Yahweh. Who are you?
Joint heirs with
Co-heir. You are my joint heir. So how much of the earth is yours?
All of it.
All that is mine is yours. Now, why you don't have land to grow corn and grapes on? It sounds like somebody, I'm drawing a blank in here. Since the earth belongs to Yahweh, Yahweh is the sovereign. I'm his sovereign son and his heir. You joint heirs with me. Why don't you own some land? Why are you not exercising your sovereignty? You have a mental block, don't you? Veil over your eyes, a veil over your mind, isn't it? You haven't accepted the full power of Yahweh yet, have you? You don't trust in the full power of Yahweh yet, do you? See why you need to come out of America? Because you're bound in America. There's land waiting on you to grow your cattle, grow your food, grow your corn, grow your grapes for your wine. Everybody wants to buy wine from you. All these wine heads want to buy from you. Business waiting on you. Just make wine. Just walk on grapes. How many understand you need land to grow your food on? Why do you pay so much for food now? You don't have land. Somebody else is in control of the land. You pay the people that grow stuff whatever they charge you. Why do you pay so much? Huh? You're in a trick, aren't you? You need to come out of America so you can have some land of your own. Then you charge the prices. Verse 14. Read.
And thou shalt rejoice in thy feast, thou and thy son, and thy daughter, and thy manservant, and thy maidservant, and the Levite, the stranger, and the fatherless, and the widow, that are within thy gates.
Rejoice within your gates. You don't have any gates? All you have to do is receive me. Believe on my name and I'll give you some gates. Right now you've been dependent. And you need my tapes on Memorial Blowing of Trumpets 88
Yes,
and Day of Atonement 88. Make sure you get those tapes while you can. You need them desperately.
Yes, sir.